The arrival. Throughout history, humanity has gazed into the heavens, searching for signs, seeking meaning in the wandering lights that drift across the night. In ancient skies, comets blazing across the darkness were never just streaks of ice and dust. They were omens, warnings written in fire. To kings and prophets, these celestial visitors foretold war, famine, and the collapse of empires. But the age of science changed everything. We learned to name the stars, to measure their distance, to reduce their mysteries to numbers and data. Comets, we said, are nothing more than frozen fragments of forgotten worlds, harmless, indifferent, and predictable. Yet sometimes, the universe reminds us that knowledge does not equal control. That the sky, for all our equations, still moves with a rhythm older than time. And sometimes, that rhythm quickens. That is what happened with the arrival of the interstellar object known as 3I Atlas. It came silently, drifting between the stars, an uninvited traveler from another system, its origins unknown, its intentions unreadable. Within hours of its detection, Earth began to respond. 2 violent earthquakes ripped through Venezuela, rattling cities and sending people fleeing into the streets. Both quakes struck above magnitude 6, rare and alarming for the region. And then, a powerful aftershock followed, like an echo rolling through the planet's crust. Above the trembling ground, astronomers observed something extraordinary. Solar flares erupted from the sun. Distant novas exploded into sudden light. And through it all, 3I Atlas glowed with unnatural intensity. Coincidence? Perhaps. But the timing was too precise, the pattern too deliberate. It was as if the sky and Earth were answering each other, vibrating to the same hidden frequency. Scientists called it a geophysical coincidence, but others began to whisper, what if the universe was resonating? What if something had entered our solar system and disturbed the harmony of nature itself? The deeper researchers looked, the stranger it became. Satellite data showed subtle distortions in the magnetic field. Electrical currents pulsed through the ionosphere. The solar wind, normally steady, collapsed into low-density streams, leaving Earth momentarily unshielded. Our planet's magnetic armor had softened just as the object drew closer. When the solar pressure weakens, forces deep within the crust can shift, as if the Earth exhales under cosmic stress. And so the tremors continued. Seismographs danced. Ocean tides grew unpredictable. The crust itself seemed to be listening to the heavens. Then came the largest quake of all, on September 24, at exactly 22:21 Coordinated Universal Time. Buildings swayed. Power lines snapped. Panic spread like wildfire. Hours later, another quake followed, nearly identical in strength. 2 massive pulses, 2 violent heartbeats of the same planetary rhythm. Something had synchronized the Earth. And above it all, the crimson glow of 3I Atlas deepened. Astronomers stared in disbelief as its tail began to misbehave. Instead of streaming away from the sun, part of it bent backward, as though pulled by an unseen hand. Plasma rippled through it, woven like lightning through silk. Its coma swelled to 100,000 kilometers, not a faint mist, but a living storm of energy. And when a coronal mass ejection struck it in July, it didn't fade. It ignited. It flared 20 times brighter, as if it had absorbed the blow and answered back. This was not an ordinary comet. It was something alive with reaction, something that seemed to respond to the sun's fury. The more the sun raged, the brighter Atlas burned. It was as if both bodies were locked in conversation, their energies tangled in a cosmic dialogue. And Earth, trembling, glowing, reacting, had become the third participant. The universe was speaking. We had just begun to hear its voice. The resonance weeks passed. The phenomena did not fade, it intensified. Solar winds screamed across the void, racing faster than they had in years. Each gust of charged particles collided with 3I Atlas, and the object seemed to respond. Its coma flared again, spilling crimson light that shimmered like an aurora in deep space. Each solar burst struck like a drumbeat, and Atlas answered back. Invisible waves rippled through the system, like pressure in water when something vast moves unseen. Satellites caught electromagnetic echoes. Auroras burned green and violet, descending further south than ever before. And beneath those skies, the planet began to hum. Then the stars joined in. Two novas, V1935 Centauri and V7994 Sagittary, erupted almost together, casting radiation across the galaxy. To most, this was coincidence. To others, a signal, a harmony between the heavens and the earth. Ancient cultures had believed this once, that comets, stars, and earthquakes shared one rhythm. Now, perhaps, they were right. The sun became a storm. Over 100 sunspots twisted and tore at its surface. Solar flares leapt into space, each one strong enough to swallow worlds. And into that fire came 3I Atlas, glowing like a crimson ember. Its tail twisted strangely, sometimes toward the sun, sometimes away, as if guided by unseen hands. Another solar blast struck, and Atlas flared brighter, feeding on the storm. This was no frozen relic. It was alive with energy, an intruder that had learned to resonate with our star. On Earth, the effects deepened. Geomagnetic storms swept the poles. Compasses faltered. Auroras shimmered over cities that had never seen them before. Seismographs picked up faint tremors, a rhythm that mirrored Atlas's pulse. Coincidence no longer made sense. It was resonance, a link between Earth and the Crimson Traveler. Then came the next warning, a superior conjunction, Sun, Atlas, and Earth aligned in one cosmic line. During such alignments, solar plasma fields compress, amplifying space weather 100-fold. And when that current moves through a living planet, it stirs more than the sky, it shakes the ground. Scientists scrambled to model it. Every simulation failed. Atlas's orbit wavered. Its light pulsed in steady intervals, as if keeping time with something unseen. Some wondered, was it reacting to us? Or to the system itself? Mars felt it next. Auroras lit its thin atmosphere. Orbiters detected surges, and deep within came a faint Marsquake. The same resonance that shook Earth was now spreading outward. By late October, the sun entered full storm. Solar flares erupted daily. 3I Atlas responded in kind, its glow pulsing in perfect synchrony. Astronomers compared the pattern to a living heartbeat, a rhythm shared between a star and its alien visitor. Earth answered too. Power grids wavered. Geomagnetic indices spiked. Oceans trembled with low rumbles. The rhythm was everywhere, in the crust, in the seas, in the air. Then, silence. NASA's feeds went quiet. Updates became rare. Independent observatories reported missing data. A hush fell, not peace but concealment. Whispers spread that the resonance was reaching a crescendo. Ancient records spoke of this, blood-colored stars, earthquakes, and skies alive with fire. Now it was happening again. 3I Atlas was no longer just a curiosity. It was an event, a force drawing Earth into its song. Every instrument still recording shows the same truth: the universe is not silent. It sings. And when a foreign note enters that harmony, the melody shifts. The earth feels it. The oceans rise with it. The crust answers. Now, as Atlas nears alignment, the rhythm grows violent. The pulse tightens. And humanity waits, listening for the next beat. Because if this is only the prelude, then the true movement, the one written in the stars, is just beginning.